What are we saying?
Well, I think
this is CIA interview.
This is the ultimate. It's about getting to know you.
Yeah.
The first question is, how did your journey into football management begin? So just elaborate.
So I've always been involved in football. Been playing since I was like 6 years old. I think we got to about 2019 and had enough of playing. So I wanted a new venture, stepped into coaching grassroots youth, like under 13, under 14. Took the boys to under 16s. Me and Gilbs done an under 16s team, and we had a really, really good season. A lot of the boys now playing professional football. And from there, he got the opportunity to manage Rising Ballers. So he asked me to come and help out, and I was literally a helper. He was doing joint management with another guy. You know, I wasn't even coaching, I was just helping out. The other guy left. I got bumped up to assistant manager, as you do. And then Gilbs had a lot of commitments. He had a little one, he got a new job and whatnot. So he had to step away from it. So with Rising Ballers, it was get a new manager in or give me and Mo the job. And to be honest, I think Mo didn't really want it at the time. So it took a little bit of convincing. He'd done like 10 years managing Kensington Borough by himself. He was the kit man, the water man, the secretary. He'd done everything by himself. And so I convinced him. We made an agreement that I would do some bits and he would do some bits, and together we come together and kind of try to make it work. And here we are. What, 4 years later?
And would you say that, because it sort of gives the impression that you sort of focus more on the coaching side, whereas your brother takes a different role within the dynamic of the pair, the joint manager. I
think
role.
Maybe on match day it could seem so, but me and Mo, and Gilbs as well every now and then, but me and Mo more so, we're on the phone to each other about 6 times a day, hours on end, talking about what we're going to do. And there's times where I'm in here and doing the tactics, and there's times where he's in here, and even sometimes he'll step on the pitch and be like, I want to do this and I want to do that. So we're brothers, right? And everything we've done in life has been together. So we've got very, very similar mind, as similar as you'll get when it comes to sort of outlook of football. So whatever we do, it works. It works for us.
I think if the end game is agreed and you tack. If you think of sailing, you're gonna go put your own style in it. So, who was your biggest influence growing up in the game?
I think it's easy to say like a professional football player. So for me, if there was no R9, I would never have played the game. However, if we're looking at more like realism, so there was a guy in my area who brought me into non-league. Now, where we come from, there wasn't any non-league sides at this level. We had Hendon that is not in the area, but it's not too far. And at the time when I was 16, you had Yedid, which was far, but still West London-ish. And because they were doing so well, they were out of our reach in terms of going into play. So a guy called Gemini from our area, he took me down to Bedfont. And to be honest with you, his influence on me in such a short period of time was huge, because the change.
What sort of age were you at this point?
I was 16 and he was probably about 28 maybe. But at that time, the culture in football, and especially in the change room, was horrible. These boys nowadays, they wouldn't be able to last. And he kind of made sure that I always stay true to myself and don't take anything from anyone. And that's how I've always been.
You mean on a cultural basis?
Cultural, religious, moral basis, everything. Just small details like they make you shower naked. I don't see why you should shower naked as a 16-year-old boy, but there was things like that, and to them it was the norm. But to us, it's like we don't come from that. Drinking after. Even if you were 16 at those times, the 16-year-olds were still drinking, and for me, I didn't drink. I never have done. So, and you see some people kind of fold to the peer pressure. But he was one that always made sure make sure you're true to yourself. Don't let anyone take you for a ride. And I've always done that. And maybe sometimes I'm a bit too hot-headed in that aspect. But ultimately, you'll always get me. You always get Omz.
And you do it for the right reason.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, in a sentence, what's your footballing philosophy?
We're very possession based. Very possession based. I think maybe that comes from our football culture, where you have to love the ball. You know, I don't see the point in giving away the ball cheaply, but at the same time, and it might sound like a little bit of a contradiction, we love creativity. With creativity, there's a risk and reward
you
element.
can see that, though,
yeah,
just by the way that we play.
Yeah, but we have been trying to, and I think this season we've done it really well, finding the balance of keeping the ball and risk taking at the right moments, and also the intensity that we try to play at can kind of contradict the possession base, because when you do things at a quick tempo, usually you tend to lose the ball, but the boys have found a good balance in doing it. And so that's what we always look for.
Cool. You've got players coming, knocking on the door, wanting to come and play for you on a regular basis. But what do you actually look for? Look for first in a player.
I would say personality, probably.
The right fit.
Characteristics. Yeah. I mean, look, the level we're playing at now, we're all shopping in the same place. You know, I'm not really going to go to step 9 or somewhere like that. We're all shopping in the same place, and there's fine margins when it comes to a player's ability. But one thing we've noticed is with our changing room, we're slightly unique, you know, without being arrogant. And some players who have smashed it at high levels have come in here and been like, nah, this is not for me, can't get going. And others who haven't played at the level, like a Joel, for example, has come in and just hit the ground running. Yeah. So I think personality is key. You have to have the right characteristics. Even you look at 2 different people. You got Sean, who's very loud and, you know, main character. You got Jamie Mitchell, who's very reserved, you know, ultimate professional. But yet they make it work in the team. So I think a lot of characteristics and personality have to kind of sell the ship.
Okay. Best moment in your time at Burnham so far? Any standouts?
If we're saying moments, I would probably say this moment right now. You know,
sitting there talking to me.
Yeah, that one. The moment we're in right now. I mean, we're 4 games left of the season. We're 2 points off top. Yeah. Now, coming into the season, our realistic target was to reach the playoffs. Yeah. We had to start again in terms of midfield, attack, and recreate what we've already done. It was a tough task to identify those type of players. Pre-season, you're talking to people and they're looking at your Windsor and Eatons, your Ashfords, your Kidlingtons, Readings, and no one spoke about Burnham. No. We were always the team with the young boys who just couldn't get over the line. And look, the season's not over, so who knows what will happen. Yeah, sure. But to be in a title race, right, with 4 games left, and I know you hear it from all these other guys, young boys, this is young boys. Yeah. This is young boys. While everyone was out the other day signing 30-year-old who's playing step 2 and step 3, we brought a 16-year-old in who plays in the college with me. These are the differences. So to be in that moment at this time, yeah, that's been my favourite moment.
Toughest lesson you've learned so far?
There's no loyalty in football. There's no loyalty, and that's from everyone. That's football. That's players. That's staff. That's whatever. There's no loyalty. Yeah.
Okay. What motivates you on a match day?
Probably the fact that it's match day. Yeah, like I said, I've been playing football since I was 6 years old. I've always had that buzz, you know, from watching your R9s, your Robinhos, these type of players on the TV. Now with management, I wake up in the morning and I'm ready to go. I'm prepared from 2 nights before. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that it's Saturday or Tuesday, whatever it is, that's all that I need to get me up for the...
It's interesting because I see you thrive and get just as much from the development of a player that's come from, you know, relatively, you know, average standards and then excelling, you know, before your very eyes, rather than a win at all cost type of manager. Absolutely. You know, performance is all important. But I mean, would you agree with that?
100%. This this is why we're involved in football. I always say to people, there's two reasons I'm involved in football. One, because I love it, and the second one is because I want to give back to young players that may not have had the opportunity. You look at Bright, for example. I had Bright in the college with us, and he never had the opportunity from nowhere. He was getting overlooked by every single team. Took him to Rising Ballers to finish the season, brought him in here, and through that opportunity, the guy's got a 3.5 year deal in a League Two. So this is what we do, and this is what we'll always sort of pride ourselves on.
Which probably, may or may not lead me into my next question, which is, who is the best player you've either played with or coached?
Played with, I'd probably say Yannick Bolasie. Unbelievable player. Oh my God. You want skills? There's your guy.
For those that don't know, where would we know him from?
So Yannick played for Everton in the Premier League, played for Crystal Palace, represented DRC, international level, played for Bristol. He had a very good career.
Decent pedigree.
Yeah. And there's a thing that we say, the streets won't forget. He goes into the bracket of the streets won't forget. Unbelievable skill. Some of the players that he used to annihilate in the Premier League, and he's a great. I wish he'd actually talk more about it, but his come up wasn't through academy football. It was through non-league.
Okay.
Yeah. So for young players, they might not even know him, but for young players, that is who you should look at for inspiration.
Okay.
So that's probably the best player I've played with. In terms of coached, I had two young boys at under 14, Dylan and Kevin.
Okay.
Unbelievable. One's at Benfica under 23s now, and the other one's playing B team for a second division team in Portugal. But bundles of talent. Yeah. But if we're looking at the boys that we've had, I think Bright is another one. God willing, his career, goes to the highest level.
Yeah.
He's another one that is like, Bright's got a lot of talent. Yeah, everyone can see that. But what got him over the line was his application and his attitude towards football. Yeah. And for me, it's like none other. I've never seen that in anyone before. And if some of these players could just adopt, not even our players, other players that we play against in the league, can adopt a little bit of his application, they'll go far.
Yeah, but think about the question that I asked earlier on. What's the first thing that you're looking for in a new player? And
Yeah,
exactly that.
Absolutely. Talent will take you. Talent will get you the opportunity. It's your hard work and your application that will take you over the line.
So, what do you enjoy most about working with this group?
I love how they play football. I mean, I guess it comes from us.
It's exciting, isn't it?
It is exciting, and it does come from us. But at the end of the day, I think with this group, they're all on the same page. I can't remember who came with me the other day into the changing room and looked at the boys, and I just said to them, the difference with us this year and every other year is this group is united. They fight together, they enjoy each other's company, everybody gets along. There's no cliques in the changing room. You'll get your young boys and the older heads, but ultimately the young boy is sitting with the older head having, dinner after, whatever it is, they go home together. They're so united, and for me, when I see that, that puts a smile on my face.
Okay. Where do you want to take Burnham FC in the next few years? What's the vision?
The vision is to take them as far as we can up the levels. I guess if you look at like a 5-year plan, if we could be in step 3 within 5 years, that would be phenomenal. But again, in saying that, our priority is development and to allow these boys an opportunity and a platform to progress. So when that happens, when you're looking at things like that, and you've got other clubs that are just throwing their money around, it's hard to compete. So if you don't get promoted, it's not failure. It's, have we developed these boys? Our boys, if we didn't go up, our boys will probably be getting raided by all the other clubs, as they have been throughout the season. 7 days left, right and centre. And if they move on and end up in step 3 or step 2 or wherever they go, happy days. So
it's something to be considered for sustainability. For sure.
I mean, as a club, we're not pressurized into you must win the league. You must do this. Our thing is you must play good football and you must develop these youngsters. And as long as we're doing that, I think we're all right.
So there's a bonus question, and we've got to exclude Burnham FC, obviously, from this. But who's your team of the season for this season?
Excluding Burnham players?
Yep.
That's a good question. I think the standout goalie, for me, he's probably second to Archie, is Ashford's keeper, Marcin.
Yeah.
I know he's injured at the moment, but top goalkeeper. He was actually at QPR. I used to watch him quite a bit at QPR.
Okay.
Right back, I would go with. Do you know what? I think his name's Kieran. He's a Windsor Eton right back.
Okay.
Very very good player. Probably their best player. Left back, and I know he's a right back. This kid. He plays for Ashford. Right. Ollie Rowan. I heard a rumour that he's 17 years old. If that's the case.
Yeah.
He is. I'm always, team Cavs and Soul, but he is a top player.
What a future!
Yeah. If he's not signed next year, I'd be so surprised. Even we was watching him yesterday. Some of the things he does, there's always a purpose of even clearing the ball. There's a purpose in what he's doing. There's a vision behind it. So I've been so impressed with him. When someone told me he was 17, I couldn't believe it. I thought he plays like an adult.
Yeah.
So I'll put him in at left back. Centre backs. I don't know, nobody's overly impressive. Maybe because we've got Jordan Brown up front that it makes it difficult. But centre backs, I'll probably have to come back to that one. I'll come back to that one after. Okay. But because centre midfield stands out by itself. North Greenford's, I think Joe Mills. Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. Class. Yeah, absolute class. Even watching him yesterday, he got the goal. He was just Rolls Royce in that midfield. You said no Burnham players, and it makes it difficult. Who else can I put in there? I'll tell you this: Broadfield's centre midfielder, Reece. Okay. Every time I watch him, he's passionate. Yeah. He's aggressive. His intensity is top tier. Really good on the ball, and he chips in with goals. So I'll probably put him in the midfield with Harvey again from North Greenford in the 10. Yeah. On the left-hand side, Arif from Broadfields. Right. There's another one that I had at the college programme. I don't know why he's at this level, but he's a top player. The kid Jack Arnold in the 9. He between him and Joe Mills, they're probably the best two in the league away from the Burnham boys.
The numbers.
Yeah, he's even the numbers don't complement how good he is. His movement, his intelligence. I love me. I love to go out and watch football, whether we're in, fight with a team or whatever. Yeah, I love watching him play. He's a top player. And then Reddin's, I don't know if he actually plays on the right. I feel like he played on the left against us. Mohamed Cisse.
Yeah, I remember him coming on.
Yeah, he's brilliant. I think he scored in the first game and won the penalty against us. He's a top player. Yeah, which brings me back to the centre backs. There's one player, and I'll put him in because he was with us before, and he was never the best of players. His leadership skills are fantastic. Yeah. And I really applaud what he's done this year with Windsor, and that's Toby Bridges. Yeah. Because he was with us at Rising Ballers, and I think a lot of people kind of writ him off a little bit. But there's a reason why Windsor haven't won in the last few games. I think he's injured, and I think he's led them. He's led them
made the difference.
Yeah, he just his leadership skills alone. He's a very good player. I mean, he played against us, and he was Cruyff turning some of the boys. I was like, where'd you get that from, Toby? But I'll probably put him in there. And I can't think of another centre back that's wowed me. You know what it is? I think we've got probably the best defensive record in the league, don't we? I think so. Most clean sheets maybe as well. I'd probably put someone in by default. I'm just trying to scan the teams. Do you know who I'll put in there?
Go on.
Elliot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Fair play to Elliot. He's done really well. Yeah. He's done really well. He's trimmed down. He's lost a lot of weight. Some last-ditch tackles that he's made. So that would be my team.
You're a star.
That would be my 11, yeah.
Thanks for the feedback, mate.
My pleasure, man.
Good to get to know you, mate. And yeah, we'll catch up again soon.
Definitely.
All right,
Pleasure. Cheers.